Welcome back to the Monday Magnets, the grand final episode here with the regulars and one special guest, because for the grand final episode, we needed a little bit of poise and a little bit of football prowess. So, Dossie.
Because we've got fucking none of it, Dossie.
Yeah, literally
shit house,
minus.
We've had zero knowledge for about 35 weeks.
Yeah, and our season predictions will tell a pretty picture about that.
Oh,
Well,
we're lucky to be joined by David King's little protege, Joe Davis.
Hey.
Also, can we just talk about how this man's a fucking walking Ball Magnets billboard?
he is.
He's got 3 T-shirts and all 3 of them are Ball Magnets T-shirts.
I'm a member of the brand. I like to rep the brand. Like to rep my friends.
Tom
and yeah,
Michelin Cripper, that is.
Yeah, and I refuse to buy my own clothes. So if anyone gives me something, I will wear it non-stop, continuously.
I like it. Tails and Doss have sort of tapered back their usage of the Ball Magnets merch over the last couple of weeks.
I have one hoodie that fits me, so
Apologies.
It gets a run every now and then.
I lost my blue one at
great.
our grand final.
Great. Well, that is awesome to know, and awesome to know that you're keeping it safe.
So I've only got one. It's the brown.
Well, grand final week, boys, we've had a massive week. All of us individually. Jay Davis probably the most so. We went down to the grand final luncheon, and then I spent almost the rest of my weekend with the Monday Magnets. How's your week shaped up, mate?
Yeah, huge week. Obviously, best week of the year for all of us. And this year just happened to be unexpectedly big and busy for myself. And always good to invite Baz along to some socialising events.
Thank you so much.
I may know some things about football, but I am terrible at speaking to people.
Yeah.
So you invite Baz along to these events, and he's just up and about. And once he has a couple crownies,
Yeah, I was gonna
especially,
say.
Oh, you weren't drinking, were you?
I was
You
on,
ledge.
mate.
he
I
was
on.
he was on, but it's on in the best way, because he opens up all these conversations where we're in a massive room, an exclusive room, on a very important table around important people. So sometimes you get a bit nervous and you sort of go into your shell a little bit. Well, not our man Bailey McCabe. He's opening doors left and right. He's tapping Andrew Dillon on the shoulder and pulling him out of conversations and all sorts. So
Jeez.
yeah, he's just
Think you really run the show, dude?
Well, we needed to have a conversation, and that was had there. So
we needed to have a conversation. He says about the most important man in the AFL.
what was your conversation about?
just about the canteen,
Prices.
pie price.
Yeah.
Bit gutted that it's going up to like 4.30 or something.
Nah, it's
Outrageous.
Cost of living.
Cost of living. Gentlemen, we didn't put a bet on our start of season predictions, but I just want to run through them quickly because this is quite embarrassing for the lot of us. I don't have Davis's down here because you weren't here, but maybe you've got some in your notes or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So I tipped Brisbane to go back to back, and I tipped Will Ashcroft for back to back Norm Smiths.
Yeah, it was that.
Good on you, mate. Pat yourself on the back.
Well, I don't know whose is the most embarrassing here. Probably me.
I can judge this.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Do you want to?
I'll judge
Would
who's
love-
most embarrassing.
Would love to get the football analysts' take on this.
All right, Dossie,
Yes.
you gave us a top 4 of starting from 4th and going to 1st.
Yep.
Swans,
That was good.
Freo,
Yep.
Oh, that was even better.
Snuck in.
Carlton,
Oh, huge.
and GWS to finish 1st.
Can I
Okay.
justify that a little bit?
Please.
I almost exclusively always leave out the Lions, the Pies, and the Cats because I love thinking that the next year it's going to be a fresh start and have fresh teams, and it's never the case. Those 3 are always in the top 5 or 6, and
I think this
you
is
look
also
really silly.
Pre Luke Sayers sending a salami picture. So
Before Jagger Smith went down,
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
it started to unravel for the Blues, but I felt like the Blues, 3 finals in a row? They'd made a prelim in the last couple
was
of
their
years.
time.
It felt like they were poised, but they were shocking.
Well, that is a little bit embarrassing. Your grand final was GWS versus Carlton, and Carlton to win the flag.
Yeah, Jesus.
That's really bad.
that's great.
So I'm just struggling to piece together how that came to like how you got there. To be honest,
Yeah. Well, Swans made the granny the year before. I don't know. I
they
thought,
were always going to be a bit shit though.
yeah, I know. I thought the Lions were going to drop off. GWS, if you go back start of the year, everyone had GWS finishing really high, if not going deep. They didn't back it up as well. And then, the Blues
Yeah, no, I
capitulated.
think I think Dossie's right in the fact that the Brisbane Lions, incredible young talent, and their established emerging superstars would all just suddenly fall away and they'd turn into rubble. That's unbelievable foresight.
That is good.
Really.
No
That is
joke.
what that
That I
is.
heard no Brisbane Lions is fucking.
Well, when they lost to the D's at round 9 and they were, I think, teetering out of the 8, I thought I was looking pretty good.
All of our to an extent, there was somewhere in the season where all of us could have been on. Tails, you were actually on fire.
And he was in the finals as well.
Yeah.
I bowed out in the prelims, so
Yes.
you schmucks should bow down to me as king.
Starting from 4th, you went Geelong,
Yep.
Collingwood,
Yep.
Hawthorn,
Yeah.
Brisbane.
Wow.
I'm a fucking genius. I'm awesome.
I want to just check what was the ladder in the end. Crows ended up first.
Hawthorn didn't quite make the
No,
top
they were
four.
8th,
No.
but Geelong, you went for 3rd. They were 2nd, and Brisbane, you put 1st. They were 3rd. So, mate, that is...
That's half. That's 50%.
Sorry. Well, you also have Collingwood, who were 4th. You put 3rd. So,
That's
pretty unbelievable.
75%.
And Hawks would have only been, 1.5, maybe 2 games out of the top 4.
Yeah, if they
Yeah.
won one game. Won a game and maybe a little bit of percentage on,
Wait, was
on
that?
the side.
Did you pick the whole prelims? Like every prelim? Was that the prelims? Pies
Yeah.
played Brizzy in the prelim and Cats played Hawks in the
Yeah.
prelim. Did he?
Wow.
He picked the last 4.
Yes, he did.
Of the, that's fucking
I
incredible.
know. I know. It's just got ball knowledge, I guess. So.
Then you went Collingwood versus Geelong in the granny and Pies to win.
You
Which,
even tipped Geelong into the grand final.
and to
Yeah.
lose.
Yeah, and to lose.
Fucking hell, Jesus.
You just had the wrong prelim winner between
Yeah.
Collingwood and Brisbane.
Holy guac. I mean, yeah, I just thought, thought like Nick Dacos was going to win. Well, I also had Dacos to win the Brownlow, which was,
Well, you should have 4 already, Nick.
Did you just say holy guac?
yeah.
That's an incredible
guac.
series of words to use for that.
But yeah, I'm pretty awesome.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
No, you are. It's been a big day for you, Tails. You've been down to my end of the woods.
Yeah, I'm actually a little bit sunburned. I don't know if you can tell.
Was it warm in Ballarat today?
Yeah, with Ballarat absolutely turned on. I was really kicking myself as I was driving down the highway out of Melbourne at 7 a.m. But tell you what, I had some fun.
It shows the knowledge that you have out of the three of us, that you have the coaching certificate.
Yeah, well, yeah, little fun fact. I used to do some football coaching back in the day. Coached in a under-16s rep tournament. Who cares? We were undefeated. No, who cares? But no, I was lucky enough today to go out to Ballarat, do a school
So
holiday
lucky.
footy program.
So lucky.
Alongside one of your mates, friend of the pod, Jonty Fall.
Yeah.
I said-
He's gotten a massive plug
I
this
said,
year.
"You know Bailey? Do you know Bailey McCabe?" He said, "No."
No, we're great friends.
But he recognised your face, and he loves the ball magnet stuff.
I've seen him liking posts.
Yeah,
Loves a like.
loves the ball magnet stuff.
A bit like you. You don't miss a like.
Just
opportunity.
tosses out a
Yeah.
like. here and
Tosses
there.
likes
Oh
out.
mate, I'd toss likes out like they're fucking dog balls in a test match, mate. Everyone gets one. But yeah, we shared some. Well, we didn't share, but we shared a good moment where we had some chicken tendies at a servo and sat down at a Subway and ate some lunch together.
Good way to start your pre-season, some chicken tendies.
Oh,
If
100%.
I say so myself.
100%.
Moving on to Bailey McCabe's predictions. This is the real stuff.
This is
This is what
dire.
people care about. My top 4 was Fremantle,
Oh.
Geelong, Giants, Brisbane.
It's pretty good.
So, well, yeah.
50%.
It's not bad.
This is where it goes wrong.
Yeah.
My grand final was Giants, Freo, and Freo to win. Yeah, I know.
It's just one of the worst grand finals.
Yeah, that
we've
would
ever
be the
been.
worst grand
That's
final.
what he said in
Yeah.
that episode.
Yeah.
That would be the
I think
worst
that's
grand
the
final.
worst grand final combo. Like,
What do you reckon, Fox? Where would Fox be with Fremantle Giants grand final?
Well, so Fox don't get to do the live commentary of the
No.
grand final. They do the post-game commentary,
It's true.
which you can go watch with Dwayno and Anthony Hudson, I believe, were doing it.
It comes on like straight after the game.
Yeah,
no?
3 p.m. I think.
So do they
can-
record it live?
No, they can't record it live at the ground. I think they're in studio
So they're commentating live
post-game.
post game.
Yeah, so
That's odd. Do they? Is it from a perspective that it's already been played? Or?
yeah,
All right.
yeah, for the most part. I don't think they would go through the trouble of finding a commentary team if that was the grand final because
I reckon there'd be
I'm
40,000.
just not sure people would watch it.
I
Although,
reckon they'd
great
give-
for everyone.
They'd give Jarry his first commentary gig. They'd
Yeah.
say, Jarry,
Yeah.
your head commentator today.
Yeah. Great for everyone who was posting on their stories looking for grand final tickets, though, because they would have been
Half
handing them out at
price.
the door.
Yeah,
they would have
been
been handing
half
them out the
price.
door.
Imagine the footy fest.
Yeah, oh, lackluster.
12 and a half people would have rocked up.
Footy Fest.
Yeah.
Not much of a festival.
They
Yeah.
might have closed it down.
I just want to go through the rest of our week, lads, because we've had a monster week. We hung out pretty much all day on Saturday. We hosted, Will.
Yeah, we hosted.
We bought a couple of packets of lollies, a couple of bags of chippies, and it was grand final day, which is a song that Dossie just released. How's the reception been to that, by the way?
Well, the event that you hosted really summed up the song, I felt like.
Yeah.
You know, there was people on the barbie, people having a few bevs. It was great. It was an unbelievable outing. It was good fun.
And then we just wandered our way into the big smoke and had a couple of beers, didn't we, Tails?
Oh, bloody oath, mate. Went to Port Melbourne, watched CJ DJ alongside our great friend Dylan Hatt down at the CB Brewery. Drank all the beers there, all legends. And then we kicked onto a house party in Richmond.
We did, and Jared Davis was... I've been singing your praises a little bit, Davis, because you didn't have to show up to this house party. But you did for about 2 minutes just to show face and show us that you care about us. And that really meant a lot.
Yeah, well, I do love you boys, and I did call Willie T slightly inebriated at one point, asking him where you guys were.
I think you called a handful of us.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Dossie was.
I had 6 missed calls accidentally.
Yeah, Dossie was giving me the fresh air, which is all right. I'm okay with it. But I thought I'd show face at least for a little bit, and I came bearing gifts. I'm not sure if Willie T still has it.
No, I've got it. It's in my cupboard, actually.
Yeah,
It's in my cupboard.
Have
So
you tried on without the extra layer? You got a sports bet Guernsey.
Yeah, what? Oh, yeah, I was given a football Guernsey
Well, no, there's a good...
for the Sportsbet Football Club.
Right.
And it happens to be a Flanners match worn.
I believe it's a Flanners match one that I've ripped from the hands of the sports bet gods and brought out to this house party randomly.
How have you managed this?
Well, the September Club is an incredible place, and you can do all sorts of
Oh,
things in
it
there,
is.
include take away people's Guernseys,
Yeah.
basically from right off their back, and they are none the wiser.
How about... So at the grand final luncheon that Jarra and I attended, great to be there at the Crown Palladium, there was the centrepiece, which was the footy, and that is allowed to be taken by
piece.
all. Yeah, the centrepiece, good piece. Anyway, the centrepiece of every table was this AFL match grand final Sharon, beautiful Sharon, and how you found out if you'd won it for the whole table, probably 10 people on the table. Underneath your bread plate was a golden sticker, and I won the sticker.
Couldn't believe it.
Could not believe it.
Did
How
you do
good's
some
that?
meddling with the plates?
No, I didn't do anything. I
The
just
sticker did look a little bit loose, so I think he might have gone around
I did not.
pre people sitting down and just maybe shifted some
He's
plates.
too busy tapping Andrew Dillon on the shoulder.
it's good.
He didn't
I was
have
too
time
busy
to-
just talking to my mates, but
Networking.
No, they're just my mates already, so it's beyond networking at this point.
It's rather a catch up.
That's right,
a gathering.
That's right. So we're having a business meeting, and I won the footy, and I win most things, so that was no surprise. It wasn't a shock to the table. However, someone comes over about halfway through the lunch. He's about 45, and he comes up to me and he's like, "How much for your footy?" And I'm like, "Oh, mate, I don't know. I'm not really. I don't know. I don't need any cash for it, brother." And then Jared Davis and I go for a wander to the loo.
No way.
Come back and
No.
he's walking out with the footy.
Are you
With
serious?
his missus. And then we catch him in the act, and then he's like, "Oh, is it all good if I take the footy?"
What?
Yeah, outrageous. And then the girls that we were sitting with, who were in charge of our table, sort of tried to.
That's bad.
Yeah, well, yeah. Anyway, I don't really care.
I'm fuming.
He was a larger man, like he was built like a brick shit house, if I'm
Oh,
honest.
so you ran into me.
Yeah, we literally ran into
ran
tail
into
stealing my
40-year-old
footy.
It was
Well.
one of those blokes that we're at this pretty fancy event, like it's collared shirt sort of operation, and he's rolling the collared polo with the really pushed up sleeves, and he's got the biceps and the tat, like the arm tat out. So he's massive, scary looking bloke. So I wasn't going to stop him and fight on behalf of Bailey for a beautiful football. And I was going to say, mate, if you want to put your hand up and try and stop this man walking out, that's on you, but I'm not backing you up.
I've got enough footies at home.
Yeah.
Got enough footies.
Got plenty, mate.
I thought Baz looked like he could have been working on the farm afterwards as well with the pink collared shirt and the slacks tucked
I just
in.
like to look good, bro, and I did. So I look at myself in the mirror and I'm confident.
And it was a great event.
It was.
It was a great event.
We got to listen to Joe Danaher speak.
Oh,
Really?
unbelievable. He is. Firstly, we do have to point out Hamish McLaughlin is the best in football.
Yep.
He's
100%.
an unbelievable interviewer. Just gets things out of people that you wouldn't usually get out of him. And Joe Danaher comes on the field after being MIA for the last 12 months. No one's ever seen him without a mustache as well, by the way, which I thought was a little bit interesting.
No mustache, no TV.
Yeah, no mustache, Danaher. And some of the stories that he was rolling with and where he's been was just incredible to listen to.
We also got to see Chris Scott speak the day before the grand final. Just unbelievable sort of scenes for the day before a grand final. Very, very fortunate.
How are these corporate fat cats just pumping up their bloody...
We'll get there one day,
corporate
Tails.
events.
We'll get there
That is-
eventually.
But before we get on to the footy boys, I just want to ask J-Man one more question because obviously you've had a massive week at some very cool events. What is your favourite story you've done this week?
Oh, I could talk about so many different things.
This is
which
a J-Man Sporto.
Could
We've
talk
just
about-
brought him in to do a Sporto.
Yeah, I could talk about some different things. Could talk about meeting Hutchie, chatting to him for a long time. Could talk about the signature cocktails at these events.
Oh, that's what I want to hear about.
Could talk about just some of the interactions you have in the September Club and how incredible it is. But I think the best one
50.
is we had an incredible experience at the grand final. I was luckily there with Toyota.
How good are Hiluxes, bro?
And-
I can't say that. I'm
And part of our grand final experience included a pre-game boundary walk as the players are warming up. About 15 minutes before Snoop Dogg rolls out, the players are going out for their final warm-up before they run back on the field after the pre-game entertainment. So you walk up the race, you feel the bars, the ground is absolutely packed.
Pumping.
And I've been on the boundary a lot this year, but it's different.
Legend.
It's
Legend.
different. The vibe is different. The energy is different. And we're there with Tom Green of the GWS Giants, genuine superstar player. And we're walking on the field and everyone in our little group of 10 is just so excited, so happy, so up and about. And I look across to him and he looks upset. And I go, this is a bit strange. Like
Come on, Tommy.
liven up a little bit, mate. Like we're here.
Tom, we get it. You didn't make the granny, but just enjoy it.
And so we get off the field and one of the lovely media reps at Toyota went up to him and said, Tom, how are you feeling after that? Like you looked a bit down. And he goes, yeah, well, basically I just got it rubbed in my face that I'm shit at my job. He goes, these two teams are in the grand final and I wasn't good enough to be here and you're making me walk out in the grand final in front of these teams. And I'm going, yeah, that's a pretty good point. Like everyone's happy rubbing it in his face.
Everyone's like, what an opportunity. He's like, what an opportunity missed.
That's
Like,
a
not
great
out here.
perspective to put it in.
Yeah.
And I go, geez, imagine being told just by 100,000 screaming fans that you're not good enough to be
Yeah.
there, but you're about 10 metres away from the players who were good enough to be there. I was like, oh, that's an uncomfortable
You get
situation to
serious
be in.
FOMO.
Oh, yeah.
But also, Tommy, liven up a little bit, mate.
Yeah.
We're all here having fun.
You getting,
This is your work breakup.
Was he part of the sponsorship with Toyota?
Yeah, he did a little panel pre-game, gave us some great insights about
Very good.
the Giants and his story, and he's locked in. He's watching him on grand final day compared to some of the other people you see around the areas. He's locked in for a massive summer.
Did you see when he was mic'd up and he was just rinsing his teammates? But that's how they all talk to each other because it's no bullshit. Like you can't sort of like avoid a conversation. It's like when you're out there and you've got to man up, or when you've got to give the first handball. And it was just funny. There's a compilation of him just spraying all these teammates earlier this year because he's just driving them so much.
He's intense.
I have that no bullshit attitude as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you can hear it in our vlogs, but Druzy cops a fair share of it.
Mainly to Drews.
Yeah. He's an intense man. But I think what I really want to say about him, and I want this to come out, is I'm going to say pause preemptively. He is an extremely thick human being.
Yeah, right.
Sexual boy.
He is a thick man. Like you stand next to him and you realise he's tall, but when you brush up against him, he's thick and rock solid.
I
Brush
love
up
that.
against
Pause.
Subies.
Thick and rock
No, I
solid.
love that. That's so hot.
And I go, this is why he can just run through packs like he can.
I love thick blokes.
Do
What the hell?
Fuck you, Will! Fucking kick and throws! All right, no.
Fuck's sake, Vinny!
Let's get into the game. Tails. It was a ripping contest for a half. And it's actually funny. Paddy Cripps sent me his predictions to post on Ball Magnets a couple hours before the game, and he said he had a funny feeling that it was going to be a draw. And at halftime, I'm like, wow, this could start to blow up here. This clip, this really could start.
Cash out.
And yeah, he could cash out and get $200 or $300 of his 500 return. But what happened was not to be. Was not.
Highly doubt. Paddy Cripps is gambling
Yeah,
$500.
yeah.
Sorry,
As AFL players
On
are
an
not
AFL
allowed
game,
to bet
yeah.
on the game.
E-Rays reboot. Paddy Cripps not doing that. However, he did say that his tip was a draw in a roundabout way, and it was close, but no cigar. The Lions run away with it, and my prediction was Lions by 66. They won by 60 points in the end. Just incredible to watch with you fellas as neutrals, wasn't it, Dossie?
Oh, yeah. It was an unbelievable game. So many moments early. It was a genuine arm wrestle. I felt the Cats could have been up at half time. And, what the Lions did, I reckon it was only like 4 minutes to go in the third. They just ripped the game away.
Yeah.
Probably that Lockie Neal kick felt like the one that swung it in that. Like, it felt like a genuine moment. Everyone was like, oh, here he is with the calf. This will test it. It was a great contest.
If that wasn't the tone setter for the Brisbane Lions, I don't know what the fuck was.
Yeah, man.
Like, the fact that Lockie Neal just in one play has just sliced and diced open like the game for the Lions was awesome to see.
It felt like WWE that at halftime they pulled the trigger to bring him on. Like, arguably the best player on the field is getting brought on at halftime when it's all even to Willie's side over the grand final. Is he going to be able to get through? How's he going to go? Everyone was watching him so closely when he first came on, and he was just not quite getting near it. Like, the ball wasn't bouncing in his way, and I'm going, oh, he's a bit off here. Like, he's played one game or 3 quarters in 8 weeks or whatever it was. He wasn't that sharp, and I'm going, geez, he's struggling a little bit.
Chris Scott wasn't happy about it.
No.
He wasn't happy.
Yeah.
Oh, get rid of the fucking sub. Get rid of the sub. Like, it's a tactical sub for a fucking reason.
They had a sub as well, Tails.
You idiots.
They had one as well. They could have started Danger as the sub.
But how annoying is it that I think, did they tactically bring...
Sam Marshall out of the
off.
game.
No, what about Geelong? They tactically brought... Who'd they take off? Stanley off, but then... and Stanley's fresh and ready to go, but then you can't take Jezza off afterwards. Like, it is frustrating.
Who gives a fuck?
sub.
Brisbane couldn't take Starcevic off. He went and got concussed, couldn't play the rest of the game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Chris Scott is one of the biggest fucking bitches and moaners.
Oh, no.
So, Tom Stewart gets concussed. Oh, let's change the bye before the finals to before the grand final. Yeah, that's fucking good. That's good, Chris. Because who's that going to benefit? It's going to benefit Geelong, isn't it? Oh, fucking let's get rid of the sub rule. Because who's that benefiting? The fucking Cats. Then they don't have to worry about when Lockie Neal's coming on. Chris, you've got a sub as well. If one team's good enough to have a fucking Brownlow medalist as their sub, then they're allowed to do it. You're allowed to have fucking Jeremy Cameron as your sub. You're allowed to have Paddy Dangerfield. There's no rules in the game. It's just... that fucked me right
Chris,
off.
mate, you spoke so well at the grand final luncheon. So well.
Jeez, I hope he only listens to half the pod.
The corporate fat cats are pumping him up. And I'm
You've been
bringing
bought
him
off.
down.
How good was he at the lunch?
I'm just saying, Hamish may have just brought out the best side of him because he was given some genuinely great insights.
Hamish McLaughlin is just by far one of the greatest AFL media people
Yeah, he is.
in the game.
But Chris Scott's the opposite to you.
Oh, Chris Scott fucking...
Blood's
rides me up the
boiling.
wall.
Blood's boiling before we get really
Rides me up the
aggressive
wall.
into Chris. Tails, who did you think was your norm?
Zach Bailey.
Yeah?
Zach Bailey for sure.
Even though he just could not convert.
I feel like without looking at the stats, I saw so much of Zach Bailey. And I saw him
Early,
with the
late?
ball. All game.
Yeah, it was good.
All game. I
Jazz?
feel like, and like this is going to sound fucking stupid, but I feel like Will Ashcroft's 32 touches, I barely saw him at all.
Yeah, I didn't really see Will Ashcroft that much.
I thought he was
either.
elite early. And then, yeah, I mean, he was definitely elite all day. Juz, from your perspective, who was best on ground?
I do love that call from Will. Zach Bailey had a great game. Off the back of a coaching tactical move that they made between the qualifying final and the grand final. Chris Fagan, him and Danny Daly in that coach's box just made some tactical genius changes
They
going
are
into
real
the grand
tactical,
final.
aren't they?
Danny Daly, if you listen to him speak, is one of the best football minds in the league. He is a genuine genius. But my Norm Smith, and I picked him pre-game, so I think I was a little bit biased when I was looking for him while he was playing. But I just thought Jasper Fletcher, the way that he sums up a game when he has ball in hand is just unbelievable for a bloke who's 21 years old. And when I thought the game was on the line between the sort of halfway through the second and halfway through the third, when the game was sort of in the balance where Geelong looked like they probably should have taken over and Brisbane were holding on for a little bit before they really started the flurry, I thought Jasper Fletcher off that half-back line defensively was really good, had some really good intercept possessions. But then when he gets his hands on the footy, he just never makes a mistake.
Yeah.
He's quickly becoming my favourite player in the league.
Yeah, he'll go into the midfield soon. I thought Harris Andrews. I thought through that second and third quarter, he was clunking everything. I know he didn't get that many disposals, but every time he went near it, it was so important. I think he limited. I think the Cats only had like a couple of marks inside 50 in the first half. Like he's just an imposing, huge fullback.
He almost puts so much doubt in your mind that we can score. Like, he was doing it early, and you take two, you take three. I mean, it can apply to any intercept marker, I guess, if you dominate like Harris Andrews does. But I think he had like 9 just intercepts at whenever at half time or three-quarter time or something, and they're not all marks. So he's doing it in a variety of ways. But I feel like that imposing intercept marker will drain your energy very quickly as a forward line.
But it's crazy. Will Ashcroft, 2 norms, 21, starting to look like a bit of a healthy resume.
Well, we've been talking about this, Doss. We've been talking about the Will Ashcroft resume, and some players who are in the limelight potentially more than him don't have the sort of resume he's got. He's been in the competition for 3 years. He's won 2 flags, 2 flags, 2 Norm Smiths, and he's also done an ACL. So within that time frame to be able to come back...
If he didn't do that ACL, he would have won 3 norms in a row, and they would have won the granny. All right, I'm going to name some players against Will Ashcroft, and I want you to let me know whether you'd want Will Ashcroft
Yeah, good. I like this.
or their football resume right now.
Okay.
Let's go.
Will Ashcroft or Sam Lawler?
Will Ashcroft.
Well, Sam Lawler's got 8 games to his name. So maybe Ashcroft.
All right, Will Ashcroft or Errol Goulden?
Ashcroft.
Ashcroft, hey?
Errol's got an AA, but you can't go past.
Does
2
he have a
norms.
BNF?
But you can't. I still don't think you'd go past 2 norms.
No. 2 norms. Back to back.
Will Ashcroft or Jordan Dawson's football resumes?
Will Ashcroft.
That's tough.
Thank you.
Will Ashcroft.
That's a should have been all Australian captain of the minor premiers.
Yeah.
Just
Best
stiff.
2 norms.
Resume, though, we're going off resume. probably
Resume
Ashcroft.
accolades.
But 2 norms. The amount of players in league history that have 2 norms is
5,
a very
isn't it? It's 5 people.
is a very short list. It's a very exclusive club that Jordan Dawson is not a part of.
And he's a little far away from him, if I say so myself.
And let's be fair, Jordan Dawson's 2 finals this year were not good. and Will Ashcroft's done the opposite, won the Gary Ayres medal for the best finals player.
Yeah.
Do you think Dawson needs to go back to the wing predominantly?
I thought you were going to say Sydney.
No.
No, because Adelaide don't have the midfield depth for him to go out. Because if he goes out, it's James Peatling, Sam Berry.
Petrarca.
Do you reckon if they did have it? Do you reckon if they did have the
Christian.
midfield?
Yeah, well, if they had
Cook
3
out
other
the Storm.
starting
Zip
midfielders, then
5.
maybe. But if
Does
Sam,
he play better football on the wing?
I think he plays better football off half back, but
Interesting. Do they need that, though?
because he's such a great interceptor.
And just big boy. Is that midfielder being pushed out of the game? That big-bodied midfielder? that tall mid.
No, he's got skills.
The-
He's got foot
the-
skills.
The accumulating midfielder is getting pushed out of the game
Yeah.
slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Why-
feel like
why?
the structure is becoming defensive midfielder, your sort of-
Dynamic?
your dynamic midfielder, and then, I don't know, maybe your tagger.
Because I think your inside mids and your accumulators also have to have the ability to get the ball on the outside. And when we look at the best teams in the league, I mean, Will Ashcroft's a perfect example. We're talking about one of the most clean by hand players in and under, can get the ball from the outside really quick,
Slips, tackles like it's
but
nothing.
but can also be the receiver on the outside. So Chalky Neal can get the ball out to him, Dunkley can get the ball out to him. Or like we saw in a few critical contests, Will Ashcroft's the one on hands and knees getting the ball out. So I feel like you've really got to be able to have both aspects to your game if you want to be a genuine A-grade midfielder now.
You
On the
almost need to have a dynamic element to your game, even if you are defensive.
Yeah, you just
minded.
need a quick step or you need a second part to your game. You can't just be the in and under handball midfielder anymore.
Will Ashcroft or Matt Rao? Football resume.
How much weight do you put in a Brownlow?
Modern,
no, Anderson had a
modern
better
day, you don't really.
39 votes in a Brownlow
So
is
I-
the second most all time.
I get that. That is,
He's the third best mid in their midfield.
I'm with you. I think
No,
though, like
Keep that up.
you
I
can't.
love Rowley.
So with a Brownlow, like obviously an individual accolade, that doesn't mean you've got any team success, and team success means 10 times more than
True, team
individual.
success, and you were best on the day of team success in a norm's pretty.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah, you were the best on the ground in the winner takes all game.
And every player says, in I'd say 99% of sports, yeah, I just want to win a flag. I just want to win a championship. I don't really care about an MVP or whatever it is.
Resumes: Will Ashcroft or Nick Dacos?
Well, resume. What's Nick got? He's got a flag.
He's got a
and
flag. He's got a
Has he got like a coach's
He's got-
award?
Yeah, he's got an MVP.
Coaches MVP.
Coaches.
Rising
Coaches
Star as well.
Coach, I reckon coaches is the best one.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's very close. But if Nick had won the norm, which he was also very close to, that would put him over the edge. But you're probably going right now, Hall of Fame entrance if their careers ended now, and you're going strictly off the accolades.
It's Will Ashcroft, man.
Two norms is tough. Even though Nick probably could have, should have, would have, in a fantasy land, won 3 straight Brownlows.
Here's a question for you.
Oh, please.
Will Ashcroft retires tomorrow. Does he walk into the Hall of
Yep.
Fame?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Crazy. But
Mate,
yes. Does he not?
100%.
I don't think he does. I think the Aussie Rules Hall of Fame is pretty stringent.
2
I think
norms and 2 flags, Jarra. Are you joking?
Yeah, but I think they really value longevity, and the fact he doesn't have an All-Australian doesn't help his case because it means even though he's the best finals player, the best player on a certain day, he hasn't been a consistent performer at a genuine A-grade level for an entire season yet. Like if we were talking about players going into the grand final of who Chris Scott is putting time and effort into, it's Hugh McCluggage, it's Lachie Neale, and then it's probably Josh Dunkley, and then finally it's Will Ashcroft. So 2 back-to-back grand finals, he's rolling around the midfield with really not a lot of attention on him. And that comes off the back of his, just not A-grade level throughout the premiership season. But you can't knock his work on grand final day, obviously.
No, I think it's a fascinating conversation because just in 3 years, this guy's...
Fascinating debate. to
It
have.
is. I just think
It's
it's
a good
very
social
interesting.
clip.
There's not been a player in terms of accolades be this dominant within 3 years. He's 21 or 22. Like, it's absolutely crazy.
Is he a chance for their BNF this year at all?
Probably doubt it. You got Hugh McCluggage probably standing
yeah,
up
Hugh.
front right there. But
Harris, Zorko.
I think it's a shoe-in to win a couple of those. I
Darcy
think he'll be all
Ford as
right in
well.
terms of best and fairest.
Is
But
that
what I
right?
do quickly want to get into before we wrap up the podcast for the week and potentially the year, that formally this is going to be our last episode of the year. So thank you
I'll
all,
come
but
back and record something.
We'll do some stuff.
Yeah,
We'll
I'll
do
do
some
something.
stuff. But I want to talk about Geelong's list profile moving into 26, 27. They've obviously got some young Bulls that are going to continue to get better. But they've also got some old cats.
Just quickly, let's
Did you
touch
say
on the
cats
list.
or something
Some
else?
old cats.
Let's touch on the Brisbane list profile. It's not getting worse. It's only going to get better.
Correct.
Because Sam Draper's going to go there and Oscar Allen's going to go there.
And
they've
Daniel
got-
Hannibal.
Yeah, they've got the father-son. So, I mean, the profile's just...
What about the Catters, Tails? What about the Catters?
Oh, don't even get me started.
Because you've probably got
They'll be
Danger.
fine. It doesn't. I've looked at the Cats 22 and their squad in the last couple of years and gone, this is like the worst Geelong team I've ever seen, and they still make prelims. It's not about personnel, it's about how they get coached. And they're going to add like a Warple and a Kerno and a couple of names across the summer, and we all go, how do they fit it in the cap? And they just all laugh at us.
I
And
think
they'll be
as
back there
well,
again.
we've got to look at the blokes who've just been mucking around in the VFL this year who have sort of just come into the team, like George Stevens, when he came in on debut, 3 Brownlow votes in his debut game. So having that much of an impact on debut and then going back and not really playing much AFL, I'm excited to see how he'll perform in years to come.
It's all good that we have opinions, but Jay Davis is the greatest analyst in the country.
Yeah.
Davis, where is Geelong placed for the next sort of 2 to 4 years?
I think list-wise you can always judge a team, but the list doesn't really matter to a certain extent if you can't put the players in a position to win. So you look at the Lions and the way that they are so good, the way that we see Logan Morris become such an important player, the way that Ty Gallup can come into the side at the back end of the season, play a real sporting impact, the way that Darcy Wilmot, who's a pretty erratic football player, cannot get burnt on the other end, is the way that Chris Fagan and Danny Daly and the rest of the Brisbane coaching setup puts them in a position to win. Chris Scott has always put Geelong in a really good position to win with the style of football that he plays. But there were some serious panic moments on Saturday, and you never want to overreact to one game. But they looked like they were found out for a lot of that second half. It looked like Brisbane had shut down a lot of their biggest weapons, and you can get into the real nitty-gritty stuff of tactical game plans and the use of Fletcher and Wilmot, and you can look at the use of Harris Andrews and how they shut down Geelong's ball movement and everything like that. But without the star factor players having a real impact on the game, like Paddy Dangerfield, obviously Jeremy Cameron injured, when those players weren't
Tom
up
Stewart
and
out.
when those players weren't up and about, suddenly the colours of all of the mid-tier that we see become so good sort of fall away pretty quickly. And that happens in good teams when the star factor players aren't performing at an incredibly high level. A lot of the mid-tier players, sort of get lost a little bit. And that's the fear. If you lose a Dangerfield, if Dangerfield loses a step, and if Blitzarves loses a step being an older player, and if Jeremy Cameron loses a step as an older player, without Reece Stanley probably, if they don't bring in some more star factor players, which they might, I'm scared that mid-tier player is going to be a little bit more vulnerable.
The scary thing for me about it, though, also is, they might get a little bit better, but, geez, like, the Hawks are going to be so much better. The Lions are going to be so much better. How much better can the Cats get next year and the following? That's probably my question. I'm not sure how good they can get. They've obviously just made a grand final, so hard
But
to
they'll be there.
overreact.
Like I don't think they were in the top 4 or 5 best teams this year. But with that fixture at home, and they're I don't think their best was better than the rest, but they are consistently like 75% every game. They don't really drop off too much. So if they just give themselves a chance to win every game throughout the year, and then they bank a lot at home, so they put themselves in a position to go deep in finals. And it was sort of like that again, where I think Collingwood were better, Crows were better, Hawks were better. Maybe Suns at stages look like a better team. So it felt like Geelong, once again, have made a granny being the 5th or 6th seed this year. And I just assume they'll do that next year again. Like, it's just what they do.
Just a quick prediction before we do wrap this up, Tails.
Not more predictions.
Just one
after-
quick prediction. It's the end of the year.
after our form.
Give me your grand final next year.
Grand final next year. Okay. To Brisbane repeat the three-peat.
I see that happening.
Is it Brisbane Hawthorn?
I'd love that. I would absolutely love that. Doss? This is
I-
soft call.
I
Soft call.
I don't like when people and people who do this in predictions are well within their rights, but I like picking new ones just to try and be like it. So I'm going to go.
So it's not even a prediction, but anyway.
I'm going to go Gold Coast Adelaide.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Davis?
Couple
It's
of
hard,
freshies.
it's hard to say without the
Oh, no, soft
the
call.
trade period happening. I don't mind the Hawthorn pick, but I think their style of football is very easy to play against for
Zach Merritt coming through.
for good teams. They're going to need another midfielder. Zach Merritt would help. If Adelaide can get Petrarca and add some depth to that midfield, that defence is
Add some
unbelievably
cooking to the
good.
kitchen.
And geez, he polled well this year as well, Truck. Like, he had some ripping games.
And with a fully healthy Jake Saligo and Isaac Rankin back, still thought with another preseason this year was probably the first time we've seen him
Leave
really,
Tex out.
really break out. Darcy Fogarty comes in. I'm looking at
Hopefully
that.
Dan Curtin really takes another step.
I'm looking at that team and I'm going, that is going to be a tough team, and they're going to bank a lot of wins at Adelaide Oval.
Josh Worrell.
Yeah.
And like I said last year, I said in 2024 when the Brisbane won the flag, I said people aren't going to believe this, but they're going to get better, and somehow they're going to get better next year. 'Cause-
Well, all their 3 draftees, again, were in the grand final side, same as the 2 last year. So you're right, mate.
And they might lose Starcevic, but they will bring back Noah Answorth towards the back end of the season, who's going to take up that role as the lockdown sort of
Kitty
defender.
Coleman.
And they might lose Cal Archie, but you've got so much cover with all of their young players coming into the side. And Dane Zorko is going to be there next year, and Lockie Neal is going to be there, and McCluggage had a real breakout year, and Dunkley's still going to be, and all of these players are still going to be there. And people forget how good Oscar Allen is at his best.
Yeah.
At his best, he was one of the best key forwards
Nearly
in the
a
game.
Coleman.
Sam Draper, before he really hurt himself this year, was
Very
having
dynamic ruck.
was having a career best year.
Career best.
So we're looking at an athletic ruckman with an unbelievable midfield, and a forward line now where Logan Morris and Ty Gallup are going to have the second and third defender. I'm looking at that going, Logan Morris is going to eat some blokes alive.
I love it. I really do. I think Brizzy and potentially the Hawks tails, I love that call, but I also absolutely see where you're coming from, J-Man. But, lads, this is going to be the wrap-up on the grand final episode. We've had an unbelievable year, and it's unofficially the last episode of the year. We've got a few ideas in the works for some eps that'll come sporadically.
Just stay on your toes. Just keep on your toes.
Keep a lookout on the socials and the subscription boxes and whatever else.
On your
But
toes.
a massive thank you to everyone that's watched any episode this year. Like, we massively appreciate it. We've gone from an absolute horror show at the start of the year, Tails.
Jeez, what on earth were we doing at the start? But
It was scary.
as soon as
we were
Peace of the
trending.
Week came around and we started doing the voice messages, that's when we skyrocketed.
We did. And I feel like we've made some massive strides and made a really good show. If you think otherwise and you think we're absolute shit, let us know as well.
Yeah,
Like,
let
we'll
us
take
know.
that on.
Yeah. Constructive criticism's always
But
welcome.
at the end of the day, I think, Tails, we really appreciate everyone watching any episode that you've watched this year. We've had some great support, and we're really pumped to hopefully, maybe, do it again next year.
Bloody oath we do, Dos.
Bloody oath.
Yeah.
Awesome, gents. Jarra, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Just
Jane.
quietly, Jarra Davis said at the start of the year that you need to do 30-odd eps before I come on, and now we've done 35 or something, so he's on.
You gotta get some credits in the bank.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be a one-hit wonder and come on and you guys are off air the next week.
Kept his word.
Doesn't have 2 phones for nothing.
Doesn't
That's
have two
right.
phones or
Mr.
nothing.
Two-Phone Kevin Gates. All right, gents. Well done.
Great work, boys.
Great year.
Good stuff.